So this is my app. It's called Speed Geek. As we said, we try to connect the apps with the deck and this one, and make basically a whole ecosystem for geeks, let's say. So this is Speed Geek, as I said. Basically, it's a super app for speed cubers, anyone who is related with cubing with any sorts. And what it's supposed to do is have a timer, time your solves, tell you the average of 5, your mean, and average of 12, which is calculated from the official WCA regulations, which I will not actually talk about because it's long. Here we can, for example, scramble the cube. I'll scramble it as a 2x2. Also, there's multiple events, including WCA and some unofficials which can be added soon. For now we have FTO. I don't have an FTO calculator, is it? So let's scramble the cube and do a test solve, I guess. Of course, that was a test. So that was a test. We can go in the history and check the time, the average of 5 when 5 solves, of course, are done. Of course, we can also add penalties that are in the WCA regulations. I will not talk about it, as I said. I can remove solves. I can sort by date, scramble, time. I can add sessions. For example, let's name this test, which I can do solves again, I guess. And here it has this history, shows a graph of how good was the solve, and the average of 5 when 5 solves are made. And that's about it from the timer. I also have the clinic. Basically, this is courses which can be added. Right now, it's YouTube videos from a YouTuber that makes very good tutorials on advanced, intermediate, and beginner level. And here we have the Pro Shop that is supposed to show you cubes that you can buy from Cube Shop, speedcubeshop.com. Here, when we click, it's supposed to show an image. Right now, it's kind of broken. Here it tells you the specification, how much it weighs, size, the adjustability of the magnets, what spring system it has, what cord it has, the version you can use, you can buy. So, for example, this cube, the Gen 16 maglev max, has multiple versions. Of course, some of them are not here right now. It was last second the thing that happened. For example, we can choose frosted, and we can do it by now. Of course, it doesn't work right now. And we can also sort by which brand it is from, GAN, MOU, GE, what puzzle type it is, 5x5 megameters, 2x2, 3x3. The technology you have is if it is magnetic, if it has maglev, double sharp, triple sharp, etc. And that's about it. This is for cubers, as I said. So, yeah. Any questions?
Is there any login?
There is no login. You don't really need to log in. We could have added what's it called? A JSON file that imports your times and exports your times, but we didn't do that because we wanted to connect the two apps with the deck and the cube and SpeedGeek, and basically make a whole ecosystem around the geeks. But right now it doesn't have one.
How much time do you lose by having to press click instantly after you finish the cube?
Uh,
Because
it
I would
doesn't
assume
matter.
it changes the time. No.
It
Definitely
re-
changes the time.
well, it doesn't really matter because it's basically instantaneous. Because you can lose some time, but every cube
I'm
timer
talking
has
about
this.
the position from solving
Yeah,
cube.
that is not the problem for the timer. That is problem for the human. Because every timer, let's go to CS timer, I guess. This is the professional speed cubing timer. You also need to hold and press. So because the cubing community has agreed that it doesn't really matter, you can also use a speed cube stack and by connecting it to microphone jacks. But right now we don't have this because I don't have the timer with me. So it doesn't really matter how much time it takes you. It's basically some milliseconds. It also happens in cube competitions. So it's really not a disadvantage. Any more?
Hello everybody. Today we present you out now that
It's basically like a score, flash score. You can see all the matches of football.
and so here's the login. So I have made an account. So I will put it here. So
It's not something complicated. You can basically see every single match from today. It has every single team, almost every single team that you can imagine, all the matches, also the yesterday's matches. Olympiacos, Labris, Atletico Madrid. But we need an API key so we can, without limits, see every match every day and have the live scores. Because now we don't have it live from an API key, we only have the logo from an API
And
key.
you couldn't use the API from Gemini?
We could.
No?
yes, yes, I used it, but an paid API helps you to log in more days, like Saturday, Sunday.
Ah, okay.
So
more.
I put it yesterday and tomorrow for today's matches a little bit more manual with like a little bit more screenshots and all these things to help the lovable AI to put it in the app.
We gave the info.
Yes. So a paid API helps a lot more. So we have the scores here and yes. So we have the lead, so yes. And again, here is the search, so yeah. Bundesliga or Barcelona. And that's pretty much it.
Also, for the matches that have already been played,
We have logged in the scorers and the scorers and the possession and all these football statistics. So as you see here, it's all real. And yeah, we add some favorites also. Together with Real Madrid. Yes, and here's the profile. So we have the favorite teams, the favorite leagues, and some notifications, and the dark and light mode. So that's basically that's it.
Hi everybody. Here we have an app that you can find some restaurants and cafes from the location you are. Basically, it's a trip app. If you want to go on Prague, you can find some souvenir shops, some coffees, some restaurants and
Some museums.
museums and monuments. Basically, you have here the login button. You can log in with Google, with email. You can sign up if you want. You can change the light mode in dark mode if you want. So
Because it's like Google Maps and Apple Maps, you have some, let's say, locations. For example, here in this cafe, you can choose it and it tells you the directions, you can favorite. It tells you the stars, how many stars this restaurant have. There's also some additional information which people don't actually need, but it's optional for many users or many people. For example, here's a vibe check. It has garden, some hidden things, date night. There's also some AI which you can use and ask any questions. It also tells you how many noise and how many people there are in the restaurant at some time. For now, at 6 o'clock it says 0%, so it isn't, there aren't any people. But as we can see, it goes up and then down again. This shows how many percent of business there is in the restaurant.
And how did you get this data, or how?
we asked the AI to get all the location from Google Maps and from Google Maps.
So it's scraping the reviews of the
Yes.
users.
And if we click in the directions, we go for Google Maps.
And have you tried in Prague already?
No.
Okay. But I saw that you had their Emma Coffee, which is newly open.
Yes.
It's very new, and it's one of the best in this area. So.
There are many restaurants, but not all of them. Like there are some new, some old ones.
But for me, it looks that all important are there.
Yeah, we have the tram, the metro line, the stations. Also, we have filters that you can choose if you want date, night, reading, nature, and silence. And yeah.
It's
And
basically also for people who want to work, like to go to a cafe and just chill there and do their work on their laptop, and they can check how noisy the place is, so they know which time they can go around.
That's it.
And the financial part of this, did you thought that how this app can earn money?
Not exactly. It's pure like a helper app for people who want to do like their work or whatever. Just go there. It's like Google Maps. Google Maps doesn't actually get it doesn't promise you to pay anything. It's all free. So is this app. And yeah, I mean it's pure for fun and for actual helping purposes.
Now we want to add more locations like the Carlo Vivari we started to add.
Okay.
And Thessaloniki. Here. We add the metro, the
Wow,
museums, the monuments, and
We have metro too.
that is. Thank you.
Cool.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
When you want to buy a phone, you don't know what phone you want to buy, you can go to my website that I made it, and you can see the specs of each phone and see how good it is based on the price and everything. Also, I have an option where you can compare two phones. Like, let me show you now. And it says everything here about the specs of each phone. And you can compare them and see which one is better and which one you want to buy. If you don't want to do that, because maybe you don't know about the chips and the RAM, you don't know about these things, you can just go to the AI analysis that I added to the website, and you can ask it a question like, I want the phone with the best camera under 500 euros. Let me show you. It says everything very. It says everything with very analytic. And it has many details. This is a bit too much, actually. A lot too much, but I'm still working on it. You can see the news about the phones. Now it's loading a bit. Like it says here, Apple unveils iPhone 17 with ultra thin titanium chassis. And you can see about the phones. It says which ones are a trend now, which ones are the top picks. I also have this filter where you can choose what brand gear you want, what chipset you want, how good the camera the phone has, how good the battery it has. Let me show you. Like I choose Samsung 2024. I want the camera to have more than 108 megapixels and to have more than 5,000 milliamperes. And now it loaded the Galaxy S24 Ultra, and you can see its specs, the display, the chipset, the energy storage, how fast it charges, if it charges wireless or not, and you can also see the camera setup here and how good video it can record. That's it.
Thank you.
Here we have CV craft. Most people don't know how to write a CV, so they either overcomplicate it or make it look unprofessional. CV craft is a web app that helps users create clean professional CVs. The problem is that when creating a CV is stressful. People waste hours formatting documents, choosing fonts, and overall losing time for something that looks amateur. So we found a solution which is the web app. It's a CV. The CV craft solves this by guiding the users step by step. The users are The users enter the information into simple forms, and the CV is automatically generating the document. The innovation of this app is web-based, so it can be accessed by multiple devices like phones, computers, and laptops. Yeah. The target market includes students, graduates, and job seekers, which is a large and growing audience. CV Craft helps people create professional CVs in a fast and easy way. So in the future, we want to add more templates and features. Thank you. So let me show you the app. Okay. Okay. So we are going to create a new account.
Τι έβαλες τον μπλοκ?
Τι?
Παπάκι.
Άλλαξε γλώσσα.
In meantime, if I can ask you, how did you find these slogans? Land your dream job with AI and so.
AI generated.
AI generated.
Yes.
Okay, okay. But who is responsible for this marketing and PR side from this project?
Me and Lazarus.
It looks very professional, actually. I'm impressed.
So now we have an verification link. Let me accept it. So
Check your email then.
accept. So now we have logged in. Here you can create a new CV. Like can you for example barista. Company name Kostas Coffee.
Κάστας.
Oops.
So you are adding your real experience. let's
Yeah.
say.
And then you have the description make coffee.
Κώστας.
That's it. Or you can get it from from a
Okay.
website. Then it's AI generating the document. So let's wait. So those are the details, the summary, the skills, the education, the work experience.
And you can download it as a PDF directly.
And you can download it as a PDF.
And what's the engine that is generating this CV behind?
Lovable, I think.
It's purely on Lovable.
Yes.
Okay.
Τώρα έχω τι αυτό το βάζει, έπρεπε πρώτα να βάλεις personal info.
Here you add your personal info, like the experience, the education, the skills, and then you create the new application. Sorry for the mistake. And that's it.
And what other improvements you are
Like
planning?
more templates, like you can customize how the layout is from the CV document. Like you can add a picture of you,
Upload
your name, different fonts, and you can. Now it's a
better version.
prioritized. It's not like there is not so many options to choose. Moving on.
Στο κυρίως.
Thank you very much.
This app, it is a quiz app about football. It asks a question. It is AI generated questions about the football clubs, football players, everything about this sport. So when you answer a question, it says if you are if this question is this. right or wrong, and then you press next. So let's answer all the questions. It's 10 questions. And in the end, there is the result, your score. Now it's a 5 out of 10. And yeah, there is an animation when you press the finish.
Okay.
This app is for people that are interested in football and want to play a game when they're bored with friends or alone. Everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe in the future we can make it with more
Question.
More categories.
more categories like movies, food, or something.
And did you think about how to monetize it? That how you can earn with this application, or it's just made just for fun and drop it as a? Because sometimes there are applications that they don't earn money and they are just supporting the brand. I can imagine this quiz
Yeah,
would be
this is
useful
more
for
for
the
supporting
social media,
Yeah,
just to attract people for the club, for instance.
yes, this is for fun, for people to spend their time when they want to play with. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much.
Product manager from AI.
No, I talked to the.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Πώς λέγεται the prompt helper.
Prompt helper.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
As I said before, we tried to
What
connect to
does this
websites.
missing?
More
To
cards.
Libby.
More decks.
No more cards, no decks. You
More
can add
cards.
more decks. Yeah.
Like the links where you can buy this.
Yes. But one fundamental thing. I suppose there's no login. So it's just for one user. So
It's a lot for
yes, it is. But if you develop this idea with that product manager, was like first thing he will tell you you need login because it's then much more useful for more people, and then they can compare. For local, yes, but that's why I gave you those prompts and asked you to use them, because this like basic things will help you to forget about it. But actually for 2-hour work, it's pretty impressive. Thank you very much.
We tried to connect, as I said before.
The reason there's basically no login, we tried to connect the apps, like in the last second we didn't really do that.
Okay.
And in the Cube Timer you don't need a login. So because
You don't need for that one, yes, but here it
Yeah.
will be really useful.
Yeah, I guess
your
you're right.
idea with some. If you
Good
have
job,
a
Tasio.
product manager in real life, you can talk to him, but it's much easier to use AI for this. These the basic things also.
We tried to connect them with some like that.
Yeah.
And I think that we had in mind to put a login.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's fine. That's why I asked just if you use it. And so. Yes, really cool. Thank you very much.
Good job, Tasio.
Let's check out an app that makes it way easier. It's a maze of options out there, right? What if an app could just point the way? Meet the Smart Choice Finder. It's all about finding your ideal match based on your needs. All right, so how's it work? Well, it all starts with what you actually want in a phone. First up, you tell it your budget. Then you pick your team, Android or iOS. And this is the cool part. You use these sliders to rank the features you care about. So, need an amazing camera, or maybe pure gaming speed? You're totally in the driver's seat. Once you've set those priorities, the app's algorithm takes over and does the heavy lifting. And it's not just guessing. The algorithm crunches real data to find that perfect phone for you. But, where does it get that data? It pulls from some seriously legit industry sources. It uses AnTuTu for speed tests and DxOMark for camera scores. Real, trusted data. Okay, so you've put in your preferences. Now for the magic, your personalized recommendations. Right at the top, you get your best match. This one is picked just for you. But you're not stuck with just one choice. It shows you other great options to compare to. And here's where you can really see how the top phones stack up, side by side. You get all the key stats, price, performance scores, and even a match percentage. That percentage, it tells you exactly how well a phone fits what you asked for. Super clear. So yeah, it basically takes all that confusion and just gives you a simple, clear answer. A tool like this really puts the power back in your hands. So what's your perfect phone?
So that was it. Any questions?
Can you go to the app?
What?
Can you go to the app?
Can you go to the website?
To the website.
So we can see it in real time. Let's say maximum budget of 500.
500.
Yeah. Any
Do whatever you
camera
want so
quality
we
over performance.
What's the question?
do whatever you want so we can just see.
Okay. So now we're here, we see some of the results. Any other question? That's it.
So, this is a site for someone like me, a deck collector, a deck playing cards. It's a collector with some bicycle playing cards. So let's begin by entering the Wikipedia. We have here some decks of playing cards, as you see, with the rarities and we can search what we want to find, what deck we want to find. For example, Black Ghost. As we see, it's here. We can see the rarity and how much does it cost. And now, let's say I have bought this one and I want to add it to my collection. We go here, we add to the vault, and we go here to the vault, and we see now that is in our vault. We have here we have a circle of statistics that if I add more, this circle will begin filling with colors.
Do it.
Okay.
Now.
Let's go fill some an ultra rare and a limited one and a standard one. So if we go to our vault now, you see that we have some colors here that represent the rarities we have. Now, we can sort our decks by the date that we added them, the value, the rarity, the year of the decks that were created, and the name of the decks, the alphabetical. Now, we have some information here about how many decks we have, the rarity of our decks, and how much all of our decks cost. The last added deck is right here. Pretty much that's all.
Any questions?
Nice.
I forgot that we have a slide over panel with much more information about the deck. We can see here about the deck, when it was produced, why it was produced, and value history of how much it cost when it started going out and today, and the rarity context we have here. So that's all.
Here's the actual engine. First of all, I'm going to go to settings and switch it to dark mode because I prefer it. Here we can add the custom API key for better answers. And here's the basic, UI. We have a few basic already built-in brains that are different, that can be used for different situations. This is scale-up architect, more economics and financially focused. This is also more ruthless and financially focused. And this is for fast-paced decisions. But we can also create brains of our own. Here we have the statistics of each brain, as you can see. Risk tolerance, budget, time, price, and all that kind of stuff. And we can create custom brains, name them, and use them for our specific dilemmas we encounter on a day-to-day basis. We also have history here. As you can see, I haven't typed anything. And some works, so we can label situations and organize everything. I also added some calming background music, if you want. I'm not sure if it can be heard, but
I just lowered the volume on the computer.
It's some calming, futuristic. Here we have a basic idea. You select a brain, you describe your dilemma, and then you get your verdict. So here, because I had the 3 already made dilemmas to showcase the abilities, I typed them in here so I can store them because I wouldn't use my own, but I can't find them.
You can't.
Okay.
So
I have
they are generated by Gemini?
Yeah, 3 generated by Gemini different. Okay. You can do, I think this is this. Okay. Okay, we'll take the first one. I'm not going to read these out fully because they're somewhat long and hard, but that's the point. This engine is not for simple dilemmas. It's not something you can understand yourself very fast. It's to actually help you with tough decisions. I did have a bit of a problem with the API key, but it appears to be working. So I did waste a bit of time trying to get it working, and I didn't really refine the answers as much as I could, but I did make it as good as possible. Here we have a rating for each of the options. I didn't explain the situation, but it's a philosophical dilemma. 53 score for option A and 50 for option B. This is performance through latency and time. Option A scored better. Speed, cost and efficiency, human debt, and final synthesis. As you can see here, it's missing something because it had a problem with the API key, but if I had one more prompt, I could make it answer fully. But this is already enough to get a verdict, since we get a score for each answer, and we can understand the performance of each answer through time and through different metrics. And now we can have it in history. We can see it in our history now, and we can store it. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's it. To really showcase the ability, they would need a very long, detailed argument and dilemma. And I would also need one more prompt, but you invited me here, so I can do that. But like I said, this is far more than enough. Any questions?
Who is this?
Okay, so I don't have my Gemini app with the people I already made, but this can adapt to any kind of customer. This can be tech related. Which app do I use? Do I use ChatGPT? Do I use Gemini? This can be philosophical. This can be for humans, like I have this problem with my relationship, what should I do? This can be for anything. The model customer would be a burned out developer who cannot decide between things. And he uses this to get objective ratings and answers for all his dilemmas through a day-to-day basis. But even somebody having problems, with a friend maybe, and trying to decide what's the best option, could use this engine to get a very detailed and correct answer, which is not emotional, it doesn't make mistakes, it's accurate, it tests every metric, short term, mid term, long term, all of that stuff. So yeah, I had 5 people that were customers. I had a CEO, a young developer, a young barista having problems with her friends, a family man trying to choose between a trip with his family and work, and another one which I don't remember, but as you can see, this can be used for a wide range of people. So yeah, that's who it's targeted for, everyone. Anyone else? Okay, so this was it.
Thank you very much. For people who can concentrate when they have to work, when they need to study. The whole point of this is to the whole point is to set a timer, and each time you get distracted, it tells you that you're distracted and you get minus points. It's like a game where you get points each time you legitimately start. For example, if I put like here, let's say, I can put numbers. Yeah, if I put like 15 minutes and start it, here is the countdown, and when it's done, you get some points. Here it says how many points you will get each minute. Here it says each session, how many points you get. Now I got 0 because a minute hasn't passed. Here is our force level, which can upgrade by getting more points. Here it says active station. I have a balance here of many credits just to show you. And the fortress HP. Each time you go to a different browser, or let's say you open a different tab and wait some seconds, you will get a penalty. Let's wait some minutes. And here, as you can see, I lost some health points. Also, I lost some credits, which can then repair the whole fortress by spending more credits. Here are also the logs, and here is a trick. With these 3, you spend more credits and upgrade different useful stuff. Let's say for economy, you can get more credits, defenses, you get lower penalties, the whole fortress, and then the river. If you river, you will lose some stuff, you will keep some others, and you can also upgrade the loot of your village. For example, here it's the second era. You can go to Fortress 3, again repair, and then you are on the industrial city.
Ranjani, question. Why you start with so many credits?
It's for testing. You will start with 0, just to show you the upgrade tree, because if you need more credits.
Okay, so
yes. It also has some settings which you can use on your own. You can also have the sound effects and also reset all your data. With the sound effects, it's this one, the event of the whole project. When it says stops from the beginning, it's from the game. Yeah. Any questions?
No. Let's say you wanna go to Instagram for like let's say you're talking with someone right now urgently. Does it detect that it's an emergency?
No.
Or no?
No, but you can in the settings set on how many seconds you want the timer to actually start. For example, if you set it to 30 seconds, it will not get you any penalty if you are in a different tab.
Okay.
As you can see, no penalty. But it says how many seconds you are away of the site. Yeah.
My app, it's called SpeedGeek. As we said, we try to connect the apps with the deck and this one, and make basically a whole ecosystem for geeks let's say. So this is Speed Geek, as I said. Basically, it's a super app for speed cubers, anyone who's related with cubing with any sorts. And what it's supposed to do is have a timer, time your solves, tell you the average of 5, your mean, and average of 12, which is calculated from the official WCA regulations, which I will not actually talk about because it's long. Here we can, for example, scramble the cube. I'll scramble it as a 2x2. Also, there's multiple events, including WCA and some unofficials which can be added soon. For now we have FTO. I don't have an FTO calculator, is it? So let's scramble the cube. And do a test solve, I guess. Of course, that was a test. So that was a test. We can go in the history and check the time, the average of 5 when 5 solves, of course, are done. Of course, we can also add penalties that are in the WCA regulations. I will not talk about it, as I said. I can remove solves. I can sort by date, scramble, time. I can add sessions. For example, let's name this test, which I can do solves again, I guess. And here it has this history, shows a graph of how good was the solve and the average of 5 when 5 solves are made. And that's about from the timer. I also have the clinic. Basically, this is courses which can be added. Right now, it's YouTube videos from a YouTuber that makes very good tutorials on advanced, intermediate, and beginner level. And here we have the Pro Shop that is supposed to show you cubes that you can buy from CubeShop, speedcubeshop.com. Here, when we click, it's supposed to show an image. Right now, it's kind of broken. Here it tells you the specification, how much it weighs, size, the adjustability of the magnets, what spring system it has, what cord it has, the version you can use, you can buy. So, for example, this cube, the Gen 16 maglev max, has multiple versions. Of course, some of them are not here right now. It was last second the thing that happened. For example, we can choose frosted, and we can do it by now. Of course, it doesn't work right now. And we can also sort by which brand it is from, GAN, MOU, GE, what puzzle type it is, 5x5 megameters, 2x2, 3x3. The technology we have is if it is magnetic, if it has maglev, double sharp, triple sharp, etc. And that's about it. This is for cubers, as I said. So, yeah. Any questions?
Is there any login?
There is no login because you don't really need to log in. We could have added, what's it called, a JSON file that imports your times and exports your times, but we didn't do that because we wanted to connect the two apps with the deck and the cube and SpeedGeek, and basically make a whole ecosystem around the geeks. But Bernard doesn't have one.
How much time do you lose by having to press click instantly after you finish the cube? Because I would assume it changes the time. No, it definitely changes the time.
Well, it doesn't really matter because it's basically instantaneous. course you can lose some time, but every cube timer.
I'm talking about the position from solo
Yeah,
view.
that is not the problem for the timer. That is problem for the human, because every timer. Let's go to CS timer, I guess. This is the professional speed cubing timer. You also need to hold and press. So because the cubing community has agreed that it doesn't really matter, you can also use a speed cube stack and by connecting it to microphone jacks. But right now we don't have this because I don't have the timer with me. So it doesn't really matter how much time it takes you. It's basically some milliseconds. It also happens in cube competitions. So it's really not